Alright, how, welcome back to the Sketchy contract tutorial. We are now at the second video, but already our third quota check, I say so, with 900. Because we stacked a quota last time to get our music box. If you play it better than I did, you can get also the music box and just go for the 550 quota and still save your items to get the quota. We also would have the things in the museum we still can sail. It does not count to this value on the ship. Another reason why it might be interesting to get the loot stored on the ship. But yes, we just start in. Again, I would recommend Port Coral for your first play experience until you completely get comfortable with the game. Feel free to enjoy other planets. Feel free to do generally different things in this game, but this is just my recommendation to really play it safe and just level your suit before you explore everything in the game. So, what's the main difference to before? We have more health and we have a music box. Music box is so important to get what we need to go. We really want a pulse rifle as well, so we still have to get 19 credits or something, which we should get easily by taking out some mimics. So we really want to hunt for mimics and some sort of ray as they get us credits. Completely fine. In the last video we also do the scanning thing. We really want to get in the habit of doing scanning. We will head straight in, because now we easily can fight something like koalas. Because they don't one-hit us anymore. And you see, even if you not dodge, you can just heal again. You don't have to leave. You don't have to die. It's completely fine. You can also heal while you're exploring. There are these hatchlings. And now the game really starts. There is a new enemy we didn't see before. Each time you did a contract, there will spawn more and more difficult enemies. You see there are hatchlings now here and there, but with a music box it's completely fine. What does this enemy do is the question now. This enemy we can also scan again. I will place the music box down already. This enemy will go to our head. And then we can hit it still. So don't panic. And you see it's 65. We can also take it as our first two-handed item. You usually want to have a two-handed item while going back, and yeah. You also want to place everything on an elevator if you can. We can scan in first, have a look. There's a minefield. A minefield, or a landmine called here, is tricky. Already place down, don't panic, dodge, dodge, Easy loot. 9 credits. So we have 10 more to go. We want new mimics. There, I hear a crawler. And you see, even if I'm not dodging, this boombox is so incredibly strong that you don't have to fear anything anymore. We can really explore, see if there is any code or something. If you have a cross section, you usually want to place down all your items to explore further. So you have all your loot at one place. Nice, we get credits again. And you will get this layout, and here we have our first code. Usually I tend to just immediately put the code into the chat, also with my my crew members, so we don't have anything about what's the code again or miscommunication about it. So you can look it up again if you need to. And yeah, now we're basically finished here in the first part, and we already can unlock our next tier. Again, corpse, put in the fridge. Really do yourself a favor and put things in the fridge so you don't get a messy ship. You can access level 1, and now I don't know the code, so I just looked. E73. Access level 1, E73. Granted. Nice. I could now transport this, but I used the nighttime for it. You always have to be time efficient in these kind of games, so you really want to get your own optimization. I usually transport things at nighttime and explore at daytime, so I get rid of the normal enemies, and then I may be able to even kill something like a night walker or what else. So this is our next section. You usually... it's a tutorial, man, I should explain. You usually go to this by transport thing. You can also ship loot with it. This is for tier 3, as I explained in my first video. And this is a teleporter. We need to find a teleporter generator to activate it. So we really want to do it as one of the first things. So we don't have to always take this slow ship. They have more health, way more health here. But they're also more worth. It's slightly now, but before there was worth like $7 or something. Now there are like $9 already, which is really nice. Also there's a landmine or jump field, as one of my crew used to say usually. And the loot also in these higher tiers is usually worth more, so you really want to push into higher things, especially for these things. These are sketchy substances, and you really want to scan them. The yellow substance now said lethal radiation. So, as long as you hold it, you can sprint, just run, it will drain your health. We have the music box, we have the boom box, so everything is fine. We cleared out this path before, so we know it's safe to sprint here without any possibility of defense. But we put it down here, so we don't have to bother with it. And now we can use our boombox to heal. Also, there is this boost ability. If you dance in front of the boombox, you use up the boost, but you will heal much quicker. You usually should use this mechanic for the higher tiers of the boombox, because they have infinite boost. For tier 1, it's just a boost for 30 seconds, so you in some kind of way have to manage it, but you can recharge it with credits if you really want to. Normally I don't use it because I want to go to tier 2 as quick as possible. Also, we are just a few credits short, so there's another sketchy substance as well as a mine and a crawler. Alright. What does this substance do? This substance is a dark matter substance. So also if you scan, you see dark matter present. You get really dark vision. So you maybe walk onto a landmine because you don't really see it. You can use your flashlight and night vision. Really do this trick. So you can transport it easily as long as you have a night vision, and only use it for orientation. When you know where you are, just use it normally, and with this already we got a very high quota for our first day. Yes. So you really want to learn all these sketchy substances, how to transport them easily. And we got 4 credits, now we have enough. Now, before midnight, we want to be back so we can still shop. So we can take things with us. For example, this one as its high value. We put it down. We really don't want to drop it, because sometimes when you drop it, it doesn't really get with you. But if you place it, it for sure should get with the transportation vehicle. Also, you can use all this time to heal. Again, try to be as time efficient as possible. Just drop it in the entrance, it's completely fine. And now we want to shop. So I shop for the pulse rifle. And we can get rid of our flamingo. The pulse rifle is a ranged weapon, which is really nice to have. In general, any kind of ranged weapon. For fighting and dodging as a playstyle, as well as for exploding the landmines on purpose, so that they can't bother you. And now it's midnight, so we still have to be careful for night walkers. There was a spawning of a night walker. I hear it outside. We can try to fight it now. We can also scan. And you see, if you dodge, you can usually easily fight a Nightwalker with a ranged weapon. If we had a shrink ray by now, it would be nicely 117 value for free. So really learn how to fight all these different enemies. And yeah, usually you can use a ranged weapon for many things. Also, we learned how to fight these eggs, so we can just use your ranged weapon to kill them safely. You have to be careful by overheating. See this heat going up. If heat reaches 100, you can't shoot anymore, and you have to let it cool down. However, there's also the scrap enemy I said before. You can easily dodge, go back, and just more credits. You don't want to overheat your weapon, especially in a fight against a Nightwalker, so be careful with this. But even if it happens, just be careful to get in your dodge rhythm, and then it should be completely fine for you to survive. You really want to encounter an enemy on your terms. Also, there exploded a landmine, as I said before. You don't want to be surprised by an enemy. That's the worst thing that happened could happen in this game, to get surprised by an enemy, because then you don't really can nicely get into your rhythm, and then you easily die, like something like this. For me, it's fine now, but you really want to be. You see, even this, it's not completely fine. Because, yeah, you always want to be on the upper hand for the enemy. Now it's a situation where you can boost, because you really have to clear the area first before you can slowly heal or something. And yeah, you really want to be on the upper hand for an enemy. Because if something like this happens, also that's the reason why we always want to scan our enemies, and always want to scan our crates first. Perfect, bad example. Yeah. Also, sometimes you can see a Nightwalker even if it is registered by the scan as a silhouette when it goes this way. I may show it if we have one again. Don't know if I have one again. Now if I have one out here. This, for example, is a very spooky area, because it isn't cleared yet. Oh, nice. Because it isn't cleared yet, and therefore you have to be very careful. There might be a Nightwalker or something. This is a teleportation unit, so you can just interact with it, and it activates the teleporter. You really want to find these on the maps, because in an older version you could stack them and activate it and just bring it back a new one. But now you can't do this anymore, so you really want to find them as soon as possible, so you don't have really any time loss by taking back loot. Because now what I can do is I teleport here and go back to Mad Bay. That's also the reason why I said before you can use your only boombox if you really don't have the credits to afford another in the early game. You playing as a team, you can place it in the Med Bay. It's usually the best spot because from everywhere across the map, as long as you have these teleports, you can go to Med Bay very easily. And yes. And now we survived. We already get a ton of loot. We can put it in. We might have to sell everything, so half of the quota is done in our first day. Even more, I guess, when we bring everything back. We bring everything back by now to see 500. This would be our quota for the second run through with just a boombox, 550. So everything else would be for the next cycle. And we still would have the old quota, so the old 550. So if you really play it safe on first quota and then stack your loot you get, especially these things all, and learn the game a little bit, it should be completely fine to reach the early quotas. You really want to look out for all the sketchy substances, as they're very, very high value and also a very cool part of the game. These two alone are 150, and now we're already on 700 with the first night done. So we have still plenty time to go and to grind for our 900. Alright, next thing we really want to save our credits for would be the 200 credits for the ring ray, so that we can stack corpses like mimic corpses or something like this. And yeah. As long as you get a feeling for it, you also can play a little bit more risky, but again, for learning the game, watch through all glass and scan everything, try to learn the dodging, try to go back, take advantage of the ranged weapons, and then you should easily learn how to fight the smaller enemies. Learn the patterns for dodging, and then it's fine. If we get more interesting enemies, I will show what to do. For example, this boombot. This boombot deals damage depending on the tier you are on. You can fight it with range easily, but it usually does on the first tier around 33% damage, I guess. You either way, if you are full and have a melee weapon, you you want to let it explode on you, or if you have a ranged weapon, you can detonate it by yourself. These are very, very high value, so you really want to, and they're single-handed, so you really want to gather them, and yeah, it's not that hard to deal with them. Just you don't have to panic again, the usual thing. That's an S crate right there. So again, we know by now, scan for seeing the life. Also, you can get a pattern for your dodge, and then it should be fine. I really doesn't dodge that well for this fight, but it doesn't matter, you have enough life by now, just by collecting all loot before and leveling your suit. That's why I said suit leveling is so important. And again, play smart, save all the walking you had by just placing everything in a nice location, stack it together, and if we have 20. Then I can show also another thing you can do, especially for solo playing. It's really important, but also for multiplayer playing. You can either use your teammates to bring everything back in time, or you can use the boxes. We will get a box for this dash in particular. Yes. And now it's just collecting. Get everything, scan everything, learn to dodge again, let these crawlers run to you, then dodge out of the attack and use your usually range weapon to kill it from safe distance. There aren't that many enemies with a range attack, so usually they only have melee, and this strats works nearly for all of them. There are some difficult enemies, which we will deal with when we find them. But yeah. Alright. Nice. We have one special item there. I just thought about it, but I wanted to show it if you have it. This is Elizabeth. The one we get a present from. I will show it now, but Elizabeth is a creepy doll, and when you hold her too long, she will attack you. You can scan her. And you also can fight her. But if she gets to you, she will murder you. Again, for now, as you have infinite revives, it doesn't really matter. But she will do many damage. I guess 99%. I guess we weren't completely full. 99% for tier 1, I think it is. We can read. We just can read. But on higher tiers, it's even more dangerous. But she usually is worth bothering with her. I can show you how to deal with her. Elizabeth. Where is creepy thing? There. Deals 80% of players' max health if reached. Voodoo-like behavior disabled. Alright. So we should be full life again. really important to always heal. You should be full life if she reaches you. So we want to get back to our music box. She now is in a state where she can't come to life, so you're completely fine with her. She will stand here. She won't attack you on her own. You can first collect everything. You can heal up. But I can show already. You can pick up and drop her immediately to really bring her back really safe. It is sometimes very tricky if you have this animation where the sound plays and else she really will turn to life. You can't do anything, just run at this point, or be prepared to run if you drop her. And again, she can't open doors. So also there you can block her with a door if you want to, and let her turn to her doll state, not her life state. And yeah, that's mainly the thing with Elizabeth. I wanted, we can do it. Do it now. I wanted to show you also the box, because the box is also a very handy thing to have. When you have enough credits, you usually should use boxes. There also are on a higher tier with higher storage. You can afford usually enough boxes and get in return enough credits so you don't miss out anything. If you want to save your credits in early game, it's completely fine by me. But just for showing it, we take it now. These boxes can store up to a special amount. For it, it's 350. However, there are gathering capsules. Be aware, there's a bug in combination right now, where when you drop a box while holding a gathering capsule, it reduces the value of the capsule to 0. I will show it if we reach tier. By placing, it's completely fine. So for the box itself, you can't just do anything with it, and you can store usually most of the items in it, so you don't have to transport everything back. It's two-handed, so you really can't transport Elizabeth or something like this, another two-handed item. There are items like sketchy substances or Elizabeth, for example, which you can't put inside of these boxes because they have a special mechanic to them, like the night vision and the radiation and something like this. So be aware. And yeah, beside of this, it's very useful to have them because, again, time efficiency is much more worth. Midnight now, we have to be careful for night walkers. They spawn in usually with a noise. Right, it seems to be clear. Again, I'm lost on the source. What I wanted to say, I don't really know, but the boxes are useful and you really get a payout from them by time efficiency. So you really want to be as time efficient in this game as possible if you want to reach really high quotas. Alternatively, if you have a friend to play with, you really should do that. It's much more fun. And yeah, there's also the Discord. Feel free to enjoy community quota. There are so many people which are in the same position as you, probably, if you're watching this and want to learn solo quota, but with a friend it's much more fun. Connect together, it's really nice. Alright, so for transporting Elizabeth as well, if you activate the teleporter, it takes some time. So you want to activate it in the first place and then pick up Elizabeth and then drop her immediately. That's the easiest way to transport her back. And it should be fine in most cases. This storage box we could fill. I don't really bother with them too much. I usually use them in our large group for organization of our items we collect. But yeah, for solo playing they're extremely worth because you... Alright. Now for example, just run, dash a little bit, and close the door for example, and you should be completely fine. Again, don't panic. When she leaves the state, it's completely fine again to pick her up. Yeah. Well, and I guess this mainly is the game. Goal for this first 3 videos was to really show that it's not that difficult if you really get into the rhythm of the game to reach higher quotas. But I personally really understand the struggle for beginners without the information, what is good, what do you want to skill and something like this. So just to get an easy rhythm for the game. And again, you want to save your night vision. You want to clear all sort of hallways. You want to scan everything. You want to dig up quota. There aren't that many Nightwalkers on tier 1. For us, they're usually around 2 to 3 Nightwalkers per stage. So also you don't have to fear them that much, but yes. And there's our code. That was what I was searching for. It's 8C2. I can't write anymore. Thank you. It would be really nice to have this code before midnight, so you can put it in. Right now you can't put it in, but it's okay. I can show you tier the last stage of the game. level 2. But I don't know if we really will get deep into it, because then there is this mechanic of oxygen decline. So you first really want to level your suit. Usually I would say, when I looted everything here, we could reset before the third day started to go have a new fresh planet with new loot. But yeah, you could also reach the code, the last code, and loot these last items. Alright. So, access level 2 was C72 or something. 8C2. Huh? Level 2. 8C2. Alright, thanks. And yeah, we will take our box with us. And we have to put Elizabeth in. That's completely fine, as long as you get the count. You don't have to move her anymore. Yes, this is the second level. Again, there's a teleporter. You have to activate it first. But the main mechanic now is, don't get scared by this noise, is oxygen decline. You see my oxygen decline now from 100 down to 0. If it reaches 0, I will show this as well. If it reaches 0, you will take damage. You won't die instantly, you will take some amount of damage, which rapidly increases. There's the boombox. Again, try to avoid it. If it hits you, it's completely fine. You will learn how to dodge them in time. This is much more dangerous. But you can dodge them. Level 2 is way harder because of the oxygen, and there are also lasers. You have to find routes. There aren't always all lasers online. You can jump over them, and under these lasers you can just go below. These are just oxygen replenishing. There are 3 in total for this specific map. I guess there are 3 in total for every map. I really don't know. I will map them out. For now, your first thing you have to learn, also it's out of range, so it's completely fine. For now, you just have to learn, find these, remember these, they will save your life. There is one directly on the left side. And there is one, there's a crawler again. You can also dodge while crouching, it's also important. I will recharge and heal in a second. There is a second oxygen here. So They are very, very early. This is the other side where the mimic was. We will go back there so I can show you. But these are very, very safe spots once you clear them. So once you clear them, you can really, really come back to them, set here up like a base or something. And again, especially corpses and loot have a much higher what do you say, value. And again, remember, we would be now on there it is. We would be now on a yeah, I have to explain this as well. But we would now be on a quota for 550. You can also dash through them. Again, don't get scared. Just have 50 stamina so you can dash. If you die, it's completely fine. It's completely fine. Mimic will go back. We still have time. And we can save our loot. I will kill this Mimic. So you can see the value out of it once you have a shrink ray. And again, stacking your quota is so necessary in this game. Don't oversell usually. Try to really take your time. Don't push like I did for getting the box. You can first do the cycle we did on the very, very first game, where you just get credits for mimics, like we get now for the pulse rifle. Usually you got 4, 5, 7, something like this, even 15 credits sometimes, increasing by tier and everything. So you will get enough credits to be able, also if you don't eat chips and something, you should be easily able to buy the boombox as your first purchase. Then you can just stack your quota for the 550, and after this you can go with another stacked one or the 900, which we now try to get. Also, this one can store 550, but the last item you put in will be put in with its full value. So if you have a large corpse or something like this, large two-handed corpse, which is high value, like a mimic corp or something, you can use this to really, really max out all possible. Womax is still down there. To max out all possible. So there's big fish. Be careful. To max out all possible value for it. Remember, we have oxygen here. It's okay. Don't be scared. We have different routes. Won't be able to show the oxygen, I guess, due to time. The ticks we get undamaged, but really, again, it's scary at first, but it should be fine. This crate would still have the damage, exactly. Oh my god. That was just greedy. Again, no? Just play it safe, don't be greedy. Most deaths are due to greed or pushing your limits or something like this. Play it safe, and you easily can do it. I guarantee you. Alright. We will take now a pool noodle just in case. But we shouldn't do this. You just should play it safe. Go back by now. For now, I want to at least recover the box. Alright. And then you see you get 18 credits and it would be 88. We have to hurry a little bit, so I go. But 88, you could potentially with 88 go if you have 2 or something credits left, you get over 400 in one of these boxes. So that's really nice. Also, if you have these boombox like 90, you can also put this in. You get the point of it. And now again, put everything down. Don't worth to bother anymore. We have even over 1000 quota. We can just leave. And we reached our quota easily. And can still stack now around 400 value for the next one. Also, we survived. We get 4 new points. So even more health. We are nearly maxed out. It's really a thing you want to do first. If you have a nice full box, you usually want to store them, from my perspective, as they are very easy to store. You can put them here or something and just sell all the scrap you don't really need. So you can sell, for example, this and this and all the corpses. There's also a selling all. It won't sell sometimes all items like this, because it doesn't sell weapons anymore. So you have to sell these things like baguette or something else by manually selling them, but it's better than selling your weapons. Alright. 700. Now we can think a little bit. 800. This should be enough. roughly 900. And we can even store this one. And our lovely Elizabeth. And yeah, drop it off. We have still plenty of quota, nearly 500 in overflow, and we even get 100 credits out of it. So what we can do with this 100 credits now, so we can have a look. 40, 100, we get roughly 140 credits. We, for example, could save our credits, which I really would encourage you for shrink ray. Or what you can do is buy an echo lens. These two items might be your go-to. I will personally purchase by now an echo lens, because then I can show you a little bit more, but you should go for shrink ray. Alright, so for the echo lens, you can use it to see things highlighted. So what you really can do is, if you have this echo lens in your hand and left click, you will see this different view where you see all crates and potential mimics, but all crates highlighted, so you can really optimize the routes, find all the loot, get your code, and if you struggle to get this, and that's a really nice item. You can also use these shelves to store your weapons, or put it, we usually put it here on this bench, and yeah. For now, that's it. And I think these are the first 3 videos I will put out at once. After this I will get to higher quota. We already reached the amount in one day, so even 1,300 or 1,250 is completely fine to do. Just try the things, try applying the things, and then it should be completely fine. Yeah. Alright, then see you next time, and enjoy playing Sketchy Contract. And hope it helped. Ciao, ciao.